I have more people supporting me in the black community that have announced for me because they know me. They know who I am. 3 former chairs of the Black Caucus, the only African-American woman that ever been elected to the United States Senate, a whole range of people.
No,
my point is
that's not true. The other one is here.
I said the first. I said the first African-American woman. First African.
Welcome to the Buff Show on this Memorial Day weekend. This is the first of several that you're going to be seeing, and we wanted to get this message to you and thank Joe Biden, the gift that keeps on giving. I tell you what, wait a minute, the gift that keeps on, you're not black if you are a Trump supporter? If you support Trump, you're not black? Now, I've been calling on Joe Biden to escape the basement for weeks now. And he has not disappointed. He's in the basement at his luxury estate that has no black neighbors whatsoever. And then he appeared on the Breakfast Club show. Now, this is a show you might have heard from in the past because it destroys many political careers. Not because the hosts want these careers destroyed, but because of the pandering by liberal candidates to do anything possible to get the black vote. Not to earn it, just to secure it. Now, they don't want to do anything positive for the minority communities. They just want the power. And we'll get into more of that on another episode. So all they do is basically flip them some phones and some government cheese and say, thanks for your vote, see you in 4 years. Now, when we talk about the Breakfast Club, you remember Kamala Harris on the Breakfast Club? Yeah, she smoked so much pot, she admitted. She predicted rappers that would come along like Snoop Dogg and Tupac, and then she would listen to records that did not exist at the time. Shortly after, that was Kamala's career. Watch this.
Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay. Like
And I inhaled. I did inhale.
Okay.
It was a long time ago.
What were you listening to when you was high? What was on? What song was
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, definitely Snoop. Tupac for sure. For sure.
People quickly jumped on what they saw as a contradiction, given that Tupac and Snoop Dogg were not producing music while she was in college.
And then who can forget Hillary, the crooked one? Oh, crooked Hillary. She would say anything to anyone to get their votes, unless of course you're a deplorable. Some of us like hot sauce as Trump supporters, but this was pandering to the black community way too far. I mean, hot sauce in the purse? I don't think this went over very well.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Are you getting information right now?
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce in my bag, swag?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yes.
Now listen, I
yes.
just want you to know, people are going to see this and say, okay, she's pandering to black people again.
Okay. Is it working?
Now comes Joe Biden onto the Breakfast Club here. The come on man guy who, if ever is challenged by anyone, says, come on man, you know how I feel about the things. Check my record, check my record. Yeah, Joe, we know you vote on stuff, but you've never been in position to sign anything into law, have you? Nope, just your vote. Well, he incorrectly, first of all, the first 2 women that I talked about, Kamala and Crooked, Joe Biden would like to sniff their hair, but he also says, I can one-up you on the Breakfast Club. The first thing he does is incorrectly state that the NAACP has supported him in every election. Not the case. Just recently, the NAACP says we do not support or endorse candidates, and we haven't endorsed Joe Biden in any election. And after this, don't expect them to anytime soon. He also wants every black vote. He goes, I want every black vote, not to earn it, just to get it because he's the Democrat. And he says he has black neighbors, not in that luxury estate that he lives in. It's actually one of the whitest neighborhoods in Delaware, judging by some research that has recently come out, because another statement that Joe Biden said. And even Hollywood has put out reports about him talking about this, you're not black if you support Trump. And all kinds of liberals said we didn't like him anyway, but this took the cake. And even the Hollywood News on YouTube, amazing, was dishing it out to Joe Biden pretty heavily after this. You know, it was funny, as you hear at the first part of this video, a staffer actually wants to wrap up the video, wrap up the interview with the Breakfast Club. Charlemagne is who he's talking to. And for crying out loud, Joe Biden goes full Democrat KKK on him. Right after the staffer says, we're going to wrap this up now, Biden talks about the time, oh, Jill needs the computer, Jill needs the office. Like there's not another room in the house Jill can make a phone call in. But it's just amazing what happens next. After he talks about wrapping up the interview and talking about Joe Biden needing the phone, the host, Charlemagne, says, well, check out the video for yourself.
Thanks so much. That's really our time. I apologize.
You can't do that to black media.
I can't do that to white media and black media because my wife has to go on at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see.
Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years.
So there you have it. The black vote is not earned but expected by Joe Biden. And if you don't like him and you're black and you're a Trump supporter, you're not black. He says you're not black. So Trump supporters are Americans, according to Biden. And we agree with that, but we know there's black Trump supporters. But according to Joe Biden, sorry, Candace Owens, I guess you're not black. You're just an American Trump supporter. Neither are you, Terrence Williams. Sorry, buddy. And sorry, Diamond and Silk. Joe Biden does not have your back. He says you're not black. And then you're just American Trump supporters, I guess. And then at least the deplorable term, that Hillary used, that didn't single out a race. It just fucked about all Trump supporters. Sorry, you guys, not black to Biden, unfortunately. Hey, Kanye West, sorry, not black. And Joe's being pretty heartless, if you know what I mean. Biden thinks you guys are white. It's just amazing. Oh, Rachel Dozell. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. You really are not black. No, you're not black. Seriously. Well, we'll see you on more shows on The Buff Show. Stay smart out there. And if you're a black Trump supporter, stay black.